Hello everyone, welcome back to the 3T Path channel. My name is Giridhari. And all over the world, people talk about spirits and goats and seeing these things and things moving around and hearing and seeing and talking. But how can spirits and ghosts move, talk, see, hear, and speak without eyes, tongue, ears, and a body to move things around? How is that even possible? Well, actually, yoga has a very interesting explanation for it. More precisely, Sankhya, the philosophical description of the world that we see in the Vedic tradition called Sankhya, has a really interesting presentation of how these things work. Now, in Sankhya, you get to the point where you understand that there are 5 knowledge-acquiring senses and 5 functioning senses. And these 5 are, I'll give you just so you get a bit of the Sanskrit. So the 5 knowledge-acquiring senses are the jnāna-indriyas, and the 5 working senses are the karma-indriya. So the 5 jnāna-indriyas are smell, gandha, form, akrti, touch, sparsa, taste, rasa, and sound, śravāmsi. And the 5 working senses are evacuating, visarga, sexual intercourse, rati, movement, arti, speaking, abhijalpa, and grasping or releasing, silpa. So we have these 5 knowledge-acquiring senses, 5 karma-indriyas, 5 jnāna-indriyas, 5 knowledge-acquiring senses, 5 functioning senses. Now, the body, the physical organs corresponding to the senses, the nose, tongue, skin, eyes, ears, mouth, hands, legs, genitals, and anus, are not senses in the Sankhya philosophy. They receive the capacity from these senses. Interesting, isn't it? So these things receive this capacity from the senses, from these 10 senses, but these 10 senses are not the actual physical organs. And this makes sense because when you see a cadaver has eyes and ears and a tongue and legs and hands, but it doesn't see, hear, speak, or move around. The cadaver doesn't do anything like that. So it has the eyes, but the eyes can't see. It has the ears, but those ears can't hear. Why? Because when that soul, that body, left that body, it went with the subtle body, with these senses. The senses are actually in the subtle body. Yoga explains that you have the gross physical body, and you have the subtle body, where you have the mind and the senses together with it, the mind, intelligence, false ego, and the senses. So that's where the actual stuff is. And that's why a spirit or a ghost, it can actually see, hear, or touch, or move things, because the senses are still with that subtle body and not with the physical gross body that's left, the cadaver that's left there. It's not there anymore. No? And that's why, but because it doesn't have the help of these physical senses, it becomes very difficult for the soul wandering around in its subtle body before its next incarnation. It becomes very difficult for it to interact because it doesn't have the help of those physical senses that it left in its cadaver body now. It makes it much, that's why you don't see, spirits and ghosts walking around, go to work with you and everything, because it's, a lot more difficult for it to interact. But it still can do so, once in a while under certain circumstances. So that's why it's a very good explanation given by Sankhya and yoga as to the nature of the movements and activities of spirits and ghosts. Let me know if this was in any way helpful for you. It's a bit of a wild topic, but I thought I'd throw that in there because it is an interesting concept. And let me know if you have any questions about this either. And have a wonderful day with lots of love and lots of peace. Hare Krishna.